forever, right? These are some. Guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a top 3 stocks that you guys should be buying and holding pretty much forever, right? These are some of the core stocks that I believe that everybody should hold, and not just everybody, but let's say you're a parent and you have kids and you're opening up a TFSA or an education account, whatever you want. These are stocks that I believe will keep appreciating in capital. Their dividend will keep growing. They'll keep paying a consistent dividend over the long term. And these are some of the best world class companies, that currently exist. So we're going to start off with the first one, and it is Disney. So you might ask yourself why Disney, right? Especially with the COVID-19 situation, they might cut their dividend. But it's one of those companies that I feel as though it's not going to be going anywhere, right? I don't believe because, since their parks and, the theaters are closed, I don't believe that that's going to bankrupt Disney right away. They can easily either get more money, cut dividend. Of course, cutting dividend would be one of the I'd say one of the last resorts they should go to, but it is an option. So raising money, cutting their dividend, letting employees go, right? So they have a lot of options to stay afloat. So I don't believe that they will go bankrupt because of the COVID-19 situation. And it's one of those world-class companies that I believe everybody should own in their portfolio. So, whenever you're thinking of Disney, you're probably not thinking about the dividend yield, right? It's one of those companies who pretty much, I guess, nobody looks at Disney for their dividend currently, unless you are young enough, right? If you're young enough and you do decide to buy Disney in your portfolio and you keep reinvesting the dividends over the long term, what you're gonna end up seeing that since their dividend is so low right now and it's only been a few years that they've been consecutively paying that dividend and they've been growing it, your yield on cost over the long term can easily get over 20%, right? This is one of those stocks that you buy and you just kind of forget about it in your portfolio. It's one of those stocks that you wish your parents had bought for you when as soon as you were born, and then you had it right now in your portfolio, right? So the real bullish, I guess, my at least bullish thesis that comes in mind for Disney is the younger, I guess the younger people who own services like Disney Plus, right? They're gonna get used to it, and let's say in the next 5 to 10 years they decide to have kids. Well, they're gonna keep that Disney Plus service, which I mean, when you're thinking about kids, right, you're not exactly thinking of Netflix kids, you're thinking of Disney Plus. And so they're going to keep the subscription, and that's how their kids are going to grow up, and they're probably going to have it for a very long time to come. I believe Disney Plus is one of those services that over the long term will crush a lot of their competitors, but also keep people subscribed. It's one of those things that Disney Plus is going to become one of those household names, right? As Disney is right now, Disney Plus, the service, is going to become kind of like Netflix, where people kind of just assume that, hey, we believe that it's kind of just one of the necessities of entertainment in a house. And that, I think, over the future is really going to push Disney to become easily a $300 to $400 to $500 stock. And also, in the next 5 to 10 years, I'm expecting that dividend yield to be around 3 to 4%, and your dividend yield on cost near easily over 10%. But like I said, we can't never predict the future. But if you look at Disney as a whole, yes, they do have a lot of debt, but that's because they've been, putting out services like Disney Plus, and they've been acquiring a lot of other businesses. Over the long term, Disney is one of those stocks that will keep growing, that will, if they do decide to cut their dividend, they will restart, and the growth on that dividend yield for yourself will be huge over the next few years. Next company we're gonna be talking about is 3M. So the reason why I like 3M, one, is because their dividend is already phenomenal, right? Currently, because of the COVID-19 situation, you're getting it at a near a high fours or low 5% dividend yield, and they have a spectacular balance sheet. They're known to keep paying their dividends in any market downturn, and we currently just saw how 3M is one of those essential companies worldwide, right? Since they make so many medical products, the respirators. They make a lot of breathing devices. It just goes to show you on how 3M is an essential business for for the whole world, and how this company has been beat up, right? So since the trade war started, the company has really been beat up, but over the next 4 or 5 years, it's really gonna, especially once the trade war dies off, the company's gonna come, back to life, I guess, right? They won't have to deal with so many moving parts anymore, and they're gonna be able to grow back to easily over the $250 price, right? I believe their highest point that they reached was 248 or something. They're easily going to be able to surpass that, especially in a growing economy. And the main reason, right, the biggest part where a lot of people like 3M is because of their R&D team, right? Their research and development team is absolutely phenomenal. They invest less than 6% of their profits in their R&D, and in the last, I believe it's 3 years, 60% of their products sold have been these new products that they've developed. So their research and development team is really something that other companies should be looking at, and it's just a phenomenal core company that I believe that everybody should have in their portfolio. Last but not least, we are talking about Visa. I personally love Visa. Sadly, I do not have a position in Visa right now. I'm kind of looking for a better opportunity to get in. Um, COVID has showed me that cash is slowly leaving, right? Uh, Tap to pay, all these other features that these companies like Visa and MasterCard offer are the future, right? Debit and credit cards are here to stay. Cash is, as time goes by, cash is slowly leaving, and also cash costs a lot of money for the government to make, so it's in their benefit to get rid of the cash. I believe in the next, let's say, 5 10 years, that Visa, and even if you look, I personally like Visa over MasterCard, but if you look at Visa and MasterCard, um, these companies are going to be world class companies, and Visa hasn't even tapped, I think, 40% of the whole market yet, right? They have so much more growth ahead of them, and that dividend keeps on growing too, right? um, they've grown it for the past 11 years, and it's been near the 20 percentile, right? So let's say if you buy it now, and they keep growing it over the 5, 10, 20 next years that you do hold the stock, you could easily get a dividend yield on cost of over 20%, which is truly amazing for a world class company like Visa, um, to be able to get that dividend yield on cost on a world class company like Visa. So whenever you're looking for a buy and hold stock, right? Whenever you're looking for a stock to buy, hold, and you're thinking of never selling, you need to make sure that these companies will keep growing their dividend, capital appreciation, and they have a strong balance sheet. All three of the companies I've showed you guys have strong balance sheets. I'd say the worst one is probably Disney, but that's only because of recently they've acquired new businesses like Fox, and they've enrolled the Disney Plus service. But overall, when we think of buy and hold investments over the long term, we're thinking about high quality, most of the time dividend paying companies, right? Even some of the bigger companies like Apple and Microsoft have started paying dividends, and that's really what you want to be looking out for. The beauty behind dividend investing is that it happens while you sleep. While you sleep, you're getting paid, right? So, and the only way you, I guess, keep getting paid without worrying about it is by investing in high quality companies. Don't be buying speculative companies or low price companies, right? Always think about this. I forget who told me this, but they've said there's a reason why a certain company is at a certain price, especially with dividend companies. If you see a dividend company at $8 a share and their payout ratio is at 90%, and their dividend yield is 11%, there's something wrong with it, right? Always just Dividend investing can be very simple if you keep it simple. Buy high quality companies, don't speculate, and keep collecting and keep reinvesting those dividend checks. Anyways, guys, have a very beautiful day, and see you guys next time.